All praise to Yahweh, Baal Shem Yahweh Shai, Baal Shem Merkaha Kodash. Double honors to my elders, apostles, and the bishops of the great millstone. This is where I have learned this truth, and this is where I am still learning this truth. And also shalom to the remnant and the elect of Israel. Lord willing, I am of that number. All right, so this is part two to us going into a little bit of Revelation 13 and 16. All right, although we're touching on this a little bit, the point is still being made that the mark of this beast is the micro C-hip. It is the RFID C-hip. All right. The Lord told us to give warning from him. So we point out snares and traps, things that could be snares and traps, because Esau is no longer a mystery. We know who Esau is. All right. We know exactly where he's headed. All right. We are waiting on him to go ahead and push this thing. All right. He's still trying to get it together to where he can push it. We waiting, man. The Lord has put us in front of you, man. All right. And we see you. Okay. You see us and we see you. All right. Everybody else. All right. Esau Edom has the elite. Israel has the elect. And we see each other. All right. We see each other. So I'll read this prophecy again and we'll go into a few things. All right. So again, Revelation 13 verses 16 to 17. Again, this is part 2. All right. So if you're just jumping into this video without watching the previous one, let all things be done decently and in order. Go back and watch the first one before you watch this. Unless you have a foundation, then hey, you can pick up and watch it from anywhere you want, as long as you have a foundation. All right. But Revelation 13 verses 16 and 17. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. All right. So what we were talking about at the end of that last video is that this is not a fairy tale. These things are real. All right. Too many people, well, not too many, I guess an exact number of people think that this book is a fairy tale. All right. They think it's just a storybook. That means nothing. All right. You're playing yourself. Or really the Lord is playing you. All right. But let's go ahead and go to an article really quick, and then we'll go through a few questions that I had looked up. I had to stop myself because you can always go down this rabbit hole to see a lot of snares and traps that Esau Edom could come up with, and more than likely will come up with. But since the Lord is speeding up the days, all right, there's no telling how far they'll get in their little traps and snares before they go ahead and present this mark as being mandatory. Okay, so let's look up this first. This is we've read this article before. Actually, let's go to we'll do some questions first. All right, and then we'll get to this article to show that this isn't a game. All right. So all I typed in was 4IR. Okay. This is an AI overview. All right, it reads 4IR refers to the 4IR refers to the fourth industrial revolution, a term coined by Klaus Schwab, and you can look up WEF and Klaus Schwab and see what they say about the fourth industrial revolution. All right, they don't hold back really. All right, it's just, do you understand what they're saying? Have you been keeping up with what is going on in the world, or are you stuck in a bubble? Because these people are not really holding back. Okay. Again, 4IR refers to the fourth industrial revolution, a term coined by Klaus Schwab, founder and executive chairman of the World Economic Forum, to describe the current era of rapid technological advancements and their impact on society and the economy. It's also known as Industry 4.0. Okay, so I went from there and I typed in Industry 4.0. All right, it reads Industry 4.0, also known as the Fourth Industrial Revolution, is the use of digital technology to transform manufacturing and industrial processes. It's characterized by automation, data analytics, and smart systems. All right, let me see. It says Industry 4.0 is driven by the need to respond to market unpredictability, improve quality, and I forgot to tell you in the previous video we mentioned words like convenience, peace, safety. All right, listen for these key things in here, man. All right, things like trust us. All right, things of this nature. All right, because this is what they're gonna get a lot of people on. All right. So again, Industry 4.0 is driven by the need to enable new business models, create a more holistic and better connected ecosystem, create tailored, versatile manufacturing solutions. Industry 4.0 originated with the German government in 2011 and became widespread after the World Economic Forum adopted it in 2016. Industry 4.0 is transforming global business and has implications for businesses and the population. It's already being used in offline programming and adaptive control for arc welding, automotive manufacture, and smart factories across the world. Okay, so I went from there. I typed in again. I put which industrial revolution merges man with technology? It says the fourth industrial revolution, 4IR, is characterized by the merging of physical, digital, and biological worlds, blurring the lines between human and technology, and impacting various aspects of society, economies, and industries. Okay, let me see. All right, yeah, I'll read some more of this. Hold on. All right, it says here's a more detailed explanation. Definition. The 4IR, also known as Industry 4.0, is a period of rapid technological advancements that are fundamentally changing how we live, work, and relate to one another. Key characteristics of 4IR. Technological fusion. It says the 4IR is defined by the convergence of technologies like artificial intelligence or AI. It says robotics. It says the Internet of Things or IoT. All right, I don't know if it'll mention it here, but get used to hearing IOB also. All right, Internet of Bodies. All right, just keep that in mind sooner or later, either in this video, the next, or somewhere in the future, you're going to hear this. All right, or you can go look it up. We might do that. Hold on a second. We might read this a little bit. Let me see. Yeah, we'll keep that. We'll keep that up for a second. Where were we though, man? All right, examples of uh, let me see. I forget where we were. Hold on. Are we here? Okay, yeah, we were here. Key characteristics of the fourth industrial revolution. Technological fusion. It says the 4IR is defined by the convergence of technologies like artificial intelligence or AI, robotics, the Internet of Things or IoT. It says 3D printing, genetic engineering, and quantum computing. All right, another key characteristic is impact on various spheres. All right, these technologies are impacting industries, economies, and societies, leading to new business models, markets, and ways of working. Another key characteristic, this is the third and last key characteristic, it says focus on human machine collaboration. While the 4IR is about technology, it also emphasizes the importance of human machine collaboration and the need to empower people in this era of rapid technological change. Okay, examples, it says smart manufacturing, connected machines and systems working together in a flexible way. Another example is AI and robotics. It says automation of tasks and processes leading to increased efficiency and productivity. Another example says wearable technology, real time data collection and analysis for informed decision making. Another example is 3D printing. It says customization and on demand manufacturing. There's a lot of extra things in here. All right, but really what they're trying to do is get this technology closer to your body to where they can go ahead and present it as being entered into the body. It's not going to seem to be a problem with a lot of people because they're getting you used to getting it closer and closer to your body. All right. Okay. Let's go to something else now. Let's go to another window. All right, because there was a section where it says distinction from previous revolutions, but we're going to get to that later on. All right. So I typed in again, I put what is meant by merging biology and technology. It says merging biology and technology, often referred to as biotechnology, involves utilizing biological systems, organisms, or parts of them to develop or create products, technologies, and applications that improve human lives and address global challenges. All right, improve human lives. Just on that alone, right here, where it said improve human lives, are going to get people. That's what they tell you is going to happen. All right, so let's go to this next window. Excuse me. So then I typed in, can merging biology and technology involve micro C hipping humans? Okay. Can merging biology and technology involve micro C hipping humans? It says, known as biohacking, this growing trend involves using science, technology, and self experimentation to optimize the human body and mind. All right. I was trying to explain to somebody that when you start seeing this world for what it really is, okay, you start listening to how Esau and these other nations speak, knowing where they are headed. All right, certain words in here you can see they're trying to catch people. All right, they're going to catch a lot of people in the net. All right, And that self-experimentation, all right, this is just gonna open up a whole section of people that, you know, man, the whole my body, my choice movement, all right, is a lot of people are just gonna fall into this just because they want to prove that point. All right. But for the Israelites, all right, your body is not your own. This is the Lord's temple. Okay. And really, we only expect the remnant and the elect to take heed to this and to understand what that means. All you other Israelites are just worldly, man. You just want to give in to the lust of the eyes, the lust of the flesh, and the pride of life. All right. So it goes on and says, from implantable microchips to gene editing, biohacking represents a bold vision of the future where humans merge with machines to become smarter, stronger, and more resilient. Okay, I've even seen news uh, news shorts or articles on, and I'm just paraphrasing, something along the lines of, in order to keep up with technology in the workplace, you're going to have to basically become, all right, technology, merge, okay? Otherwise, you won't be able to keep up. All right, that's going to get a lot of people too. All right. Next window, I typed in, does biohacking play a role in 4IR? And hold on, let me check this time. Okay. Again, I typed in, does biohacking play a role in 4IR? We just read about what biohacking is, all right? Including biohacking includes microchipping. It says, yes, biohacking, the practice of using technology and DIY or do it yourself methods to enhance human capabilities, plays a role in the fourth industrial revolution, 4IR, by intersecting with fields like biotechnology, synthetic biology, and nanotechnology, which are key drivers of 4IR. Man. Give me a second. I want to try to save. You know what? I'll save. What happened here? I'll save this page that I'm on. Yeah, because I want to check out what synthetic biology is and nanotechnology, which we're going to speak about nanotechnology more in a little bit. All right, so it says here's a more detailed explanation. It says 4IR and the fusion of worlds. Now remember, this is real life. This is where things are headed. So us telling you that the mark of the beast is a micro chip or an RFID chip shouldn't seem like some science fiction. This is real. It is going in the way of prophecy. All right, there's no doubt about it. So again, here's a more detailed explanation. 4IR and the fusion of worlds. The 4IR is characterized by the fusion of digital, biological, and physical worlds, and the growing utilization of technologies like advanced materials, cloud technology, and synthetic biology. Okay, it says biohacking and 4IR. It says biohacking, with its focus on self-experimentation and technological advancement, self-experimentation. All right, my body, my choice. You just want to go do shit just because somebody tells you that is harmful. the Lord says don't do it, and people just want to jump up and sign up. All right, just that. This is how people feel like they're separated from the world. People who like to self experiment with things like this. All right, don't you see that you are a part of exactly where the world is going? All right, they make it seem like something special. All right, they make it seem like you will be special if you do these things. All right, you gonna hold a special spot in the lake of fire, man. You do this. All right, don't let them talk you into doing this. Speaking to you, Israelites, man, and really, the remnant and the elect won't. I mean, they're gonna pass this test, this time of what do they call it? This time of testing. Okay. Anyway, again, biohacking and 4IR. Biohacking with its focus on self experimentation and technological enhancement. All right, technological enhancement for those who want to be on the cutting edge of technology. That's getting a lot of people right there. Technological enhancement. People who want to be a part of that technological enhancement movement are going to be on this, man. And a lot of people already are on this. All right, it says aligns with 4IR's emphasis on innovation and pushing boundaries in fields like biotechnology and medicine. Now, I want to stop right here on this page. And speaking of medicine, this is what we looked up earlier, and I said I was going to come back to this. This is speaking of the Internet of Bodies. So let's go ahead and look at this really quick. Let's see. Does biohacking play? Okay. So I just typed in what is Internet of Bodies. All right. Remember the things that we said was going to be on this micro C-hip. All right, your medical data. Okay. AI overview. The Internet of Bodies, or IOB, refers to a network of devices that connect the human body to the internet, monitoring health metrics, collecting personal information, and transmitting data, encompassing wearable devices, implantable sensors, and ingestible sensors. Here's a more detailed explanation. Definition. The IOB is a subset of the Internet of Things, or IoT. We heard about that earlier. Focusing on devices that interact intimately with the human body. Connecting it to an online network through technology that can be worn, ingested, implanted, or otherwise linked. All right. Examples. IOB devices range from smartwatches and fitness trackers to pacemakers, cochlear implants, all right, the ones that go in the ear, okay, digital pills, and brain stimulation gadgets. Now, this all sounds like science fiction, don't it? But I bet you ain't nobody blink the eye since I've been reading this probably. Everybody's like, well, we know we were going here. Okay? This is how they have been slick, and we've just been taking baby steps toward this future that they want. All right? But as we spoke earlier, the remnant and the elect are waiting for this. All right? We are ahead of them. We're waiting for them to go ahead and push their agenda. Okay? Now, don't go thinking that smart watches, fitness trackers, pacemakers, cochlear implants. Okay, don't go thinking that things like this are the mark. Okay, because a lot of people are gonna say, "Well, aren't heart what is it? Aren't pacemakers in your body? Isn't that technology in your body? Does that count as nah, man? Okay, this is the micro C hip, the RFID C hip that they're gonna make mandatory that you're gonna need to buy and sell to take part in society. So don't fall for that BS argument, man. Okay. All right. It says categories. IOB devices can be broadly categorized into body external, okay, which are wearable devices like smartwatches and fitness trackers that collect and transmit data using external sensors. Again, they're just getting these things closer and closer to being inside of you, all right? Especially this mark of the beast. Okay, yes, we know of people who have pacemakers, cochlear implants, okay, but this micro C hip, all right, they know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly how they're saying certain things and all of that, man. All right. Another category of an IOB device can be body internal. It says devices that can be ingested or implanted to control and monitor various aspects of health, such as digital pills and smart pacemakers. Now, if they can target things with medicine, they can also target other things for other things, if you catch my drift. All right? If they can turn something on, they can turn something off. But they're going to get you because you trust them. All right, you trust in this image. You trust in this rulership. You trust in what they say. You trust in their philosophies. All right, all of that. Speaking to the ones that are going to get caught up in this. All right, another category of an IOB device is embedded devices. It says devices that completely merge with the body while maintaining a real-time connection to a remote machine, such as brain computer interface, BCIs. Okay, then we talk about them getting a thing in their forehead or in their hand. Okay, potential benefits, it says IOB has the potential to revolutionize healthcare through remote monitoring, timely medical interventions, and improved patient outcomes. Remember, peace, safety, convenience. All right, they're going to put a little scary shit in here. We'll be able to get to you quicker. All right, you won't have to pick up the phone and dial 911. We'll be able to know that something is going on with you. You ever ask yourself, what are you going to have to do to stay connected? Will they be able to cut you off if you don't pay a certain amount or go a certain place and buy certain things? All right, what if your carbon footprint is high? They're going to cut your shit off. Then you're going to be worried. Well, if something happens to me, I'm going to have to, I don't know, die. So I gotta do what they say to keep this on, so I stay connected, stay a part of the system. So if something goes wrong, they're gonna easily catch people up in this, man. All right, I'm fidgeting, man. I'm not. All right, so challenges. It says the IOB also raises concerns about data privacy. They got to bring up something to make it seem like they're concerned. All right, so they'll throw in a few concerns, but really, this whole thing has been about why to get it. All right, why to receive this thing, and at the end they're gonna throw in one. What is this? This is a one sentence concern, and I bet it doesn't mention the Lord, right? It says the IOB also raises concerns about data privacy, security, and ethical implications. That's probably as close as it's going to get to the Lord, right? Ethical implications. It says requiring careful consideration of regulatory and ethical standards to protect patient information. Oh, that's what they're worried about, right? Just convincing you that everything is safe, that your data is safe. And yet and still, your data that's outside of your body now, all of this data is getting hacked. What you think is gonna you think it's automatically just gonna go away just because you got this stuff in you? These problems aren't gonna go away. This is just a way to get you to stop thinking for a minute. Get this because it sounds good. They told us peace and safety, so I believe it. That's a lot of people are gonna fall for that shit, man. Alright, so I just wanted to go into the Internet of Bodies really quick. Now let's get back to actually let me check this time. I don't know. I hope the screen didn't go dark. Anyway, I'm gonna cut it short right here. Lord willing, we'll come back with another video right away. All right. Uh, and Lord willing, this is coming through as sincere and edifying and enough of a concern for you to go look at these things. All right. And filter all these things through what the Lord told us. Filter all these things through the scriptures, man. All right. The ones that are in control presenting you this thing, the language that they use, Lord warned us about all of this, man. Okay. Anyway, with that, all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Makaha Kodash. All right, or all praise to Yahweh in the name of His Son Yahushai, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Double honors to my elders, apostles, and the bishops of Great Millstone, better known as GMS, also known as the Prophets of Doom. Okay, this is where I have learned this truth, and this is where I am still learning this truth. And also shalom to the remnant and the elect of Israel. Lord willing, I'm of that number. And Lord willing, we'll see you in the next video. Shalom.